sleep rest in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. Rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a bitch. Jumping in the bed with two dark teeth, man. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad bad. You too. Dripping my swag. You about tag on. I got it in the bag now. Getting all type of cash. I'm a general truth.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Now he steps away, and his first pass is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball is going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things up. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Jerick McKinnon now to return. Ooh, the juke. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
We got 3. 3 deal. 3 deal. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Now he'll escape to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Frank Clark in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
4 down.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
11.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Being chased out left. And this one's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Smith trying to run for it. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Here's Smith. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, now Garoppolo. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. This is taken at the 15. Oh, a nice spin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
14, find it.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a 1st down. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20. Now Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jeremiah Tauchu able to drop him for a loss of 4. Now Wilson on 2nd down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
14.
Throwing is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
11.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Escapes the... Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week. Another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
11.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo looking deep downfield. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now it's Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. On first down, Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wilson now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
12. 11. 49, guys. Mike.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a real...
Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Barkevius Mingo. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19.
11.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to float this. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
On the move to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And that's incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
13.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Coming. Say hut.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, the fumble to turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. Turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
With it is Brown. Muscling free near the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Daniel. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
The Niners on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Garoppolo looks to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Now Myers for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Gotta go. 19.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On second down, here's Penny. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
We got 4. We got 4. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 12, fellas, here we go. Line 49. Line 49.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
12.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guy in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Go.
From the shotgun, Wilson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ito Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return, it's McKinnon. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And on the ground they go with a running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Past the 20. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Wilson on the keeper, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and the Seahawks are running away with this one. The extra point now coming from Myers. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll set up to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Smith. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Who's on 85? Come on, baby. Let's get this.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten.
Right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he spins past him and in his face. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
A first down carry for Smith. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have that in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Seahawks, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.